grinded out game. And I told our guys that you're going to have to figure out how to win every entire game. Some games you could be up big, some games you might be down. I thought that was a great test for us because it was a back and forth, not back and forth, but we got a pretty good sizable lead. And then obviously they fall back. When you look at our guys, I'm proud of the fact that I think this team is getting better defensively. When you hold another team under 40% or I think these guys for the night with 35%, there's a lot of good things that you can build on for that. If I had to get an MVP for the game, I thought it was Braxton Beverly, who came in and obviously made some big shots. We've talked a lot about how well our freshmen have grown up, but it was our upperclassmen that carried us tonight, with Braxton and then Jericho and Manny and DJ. So we did some good things, going to build on it. I like the fact that we won 3 road games in a row and then 4 total games in a row, and that's a good sign for us at the end of February. Questions?
Andrew?
Kevin, you guys got to have at least a little bit more of a normal feeling crowd in here for the first time this season with some of your students and your fans. How great was that for you and the guys, and how much of a lift did they give you?
Man, I thought it was great. It was just good. Andrew, I've walked out to into that arena for 4 years now, and I get the weirdest feeling when I walk out there. When I'm right now, as Joe said, I think Joe may have tweeted this a long time ago, or somebody did, hold up the media room is the locker room. So when I walk by and I look going to the media room, I'm like, man, this is weird. And I say it every time. And for the first time when I was going to talk to my team, I looked out there and I heard the cheerleaders. I saw students. It was a good thing. So I'm happy about it. I thought it was a great lift for us. It was good to see some folks back in the seats.
Jonas?
Coach, you kind of touched on it that this was a grinded out game. The field goals weren't falling, but you guys hit 24 free throws, got some timely stops on defense. How important is it heading to tournament play to find different ways to win games like this?
Jonas, we wouldn't have won this game a month ago. Our guys are, every team that you play in this league is going to present a different problem. I thought those guys did a good job of fighting. They got a lot of second chance opportunities. They played with some toughness. Similar, when you lose a couple players, you switch how you play, and they became more, hey, I got to get on the offensive glass and do some different stuff. That being said, it was good to see our guys figure out a way to win, figure out how to make some shots at the end, figure out how not to turn the ball over. And, this is the second, third game that we played a good game and didn't, have a lot of turnovers. And, I thought some of our guys went to the line and finished some shots. We made shots when we needed to. But I thought the MVP of our team collectively was the way we played on the defensive end. We did a great job on Champagne. He's a guy who's caused a lot of problems for a lot of folks and, averaging around 18 points a game. And we were able to hold him to 4 for 14. And that's tough because he's been playing well all year long.
As a follow-up, when the shots aren't falling, what's your main message to your team in the huddle late in the games? What's your main thing you're emphasizing?
Yeah, keep defending, Jonas. A lot of times, what happens is when you're younger, and that's what happened to our younger guys today, you define how you're playing, whether your shot goes in. Older guys just say, you keep defending. You got to defend. If you're not scoring, they're not scoring. And so that's one of the things we talked about at halftime. At halftime, they only had 21 points. You can see the frustration on our guys' face because we only had 31, but we were up 10 and we defended.
James?
Yeah, Kevin, you were able to get EB 6 minutes in the first half. He came in and played pretty well for you in spot duty. Just evaluate his performance in that first half.
I thought he was great. He hasn't, and give James Johnson and Roy Robinson, they've done a lot of work with EB over the last couple of weeks, and he hasn't practiced well. And he's, been a freshman. He's been up and down. But what he did today was impressive. He had no idea that his name was going to be called. If we were wearing warm-ups, he probably would have not had his jersey on because he just didn't think he was going to play. But when he came in the game, the 6 minute span that he played we didn't get hurt. He actually played well. He made a basket. He played good defense. He rotated. And so I like what he brought to the table, and that'll make him feel good. Usually Jalen Gibson would get those minutes. Jalen was battling a little bit of his back was bothering him, so we decided not to play him today.
And Kevin, just to follow up, I know you stress rebounding a lot. When you look at the rebounding in this game, 20 offensive for them and just 7 for you. When you look at that, is there one that concerns you more than the other? Would you have expected more from you, giving up less? I mean, how do you approach that?
Yeah, James, we just can't. It can't happen again. We found a way to win. One of the things I always look at on the stat sheet is how many more shots do we get than the other team. Well, they took 11 more shots because they got 20 offensive rebounds. And so we talked about, hey, we won. Here's the great positive things. Here's what we got to clean up. Can't give up 20 offensive rebounds. And they did a tremendous job. They rebounded. And a lot of those came from Manny and DJ rotating over and other guys getting rebounds where our guards didn't get inside. And so the rebounding, I'm going to blame on our guards. We got to do a good job of raking down. I don't like when Manny Bates has 6 blocks in a game. To me, that means we're getting beat off the dribble too much. And so if he has 6, that means he'd alter 10,
Thanks, Kevin.
Justin?
Coach, you called Braxton your MVP of the game today. And as a senior coming off the bench, he says he's really enjoying that mentorship role that he's having with the freshman guards. But have you seen the direct impact, not just from the freshman guards, but even in this 4-game winning streak, kind of late season turnaround, his role in that?
He's been great. It's made our job as coaches a little bit easier. Those guys, when I say those guys, Braxton and you look at Manny and DJ and even Jericho, they're always pulling these guys to the side. When we get on them or we praise them in practice as coaching, they're always, hey man, don't worry about it. This is what you got to do to get better. And so he's grown in a lot of ways. Whenever he stopped playing basketball, you could see Braxton Beverly probably could get into coaching somewhere. But he's been great for us. There's not another kid probably in the history of this program that has been criticized as much as Braxton Beverly. And at the end of the day, he's still fighting for us.
And as a separate question, the games between you and Pittsburgh always seem to be physical. There always seems to be some verbal back and forth on the court, but I believe you're now 7-0 against Pittsburgh as NC State head coach. Why do you think you guys have had so much success during your 4 years here against the Panthers?
Yeah, I couldn't answer that, man. Jeff is doing a really good job with the program, and he's been dealt a crazy hand. I'm not inside the program, so I don't know if those couple guys that have left the program. But at the end of the day, I don't have an answer to that. Maybe we've been fortunate, but it's been great games, and those games could have went either way.
Thanks.
All right, we'll take a last question from Jonas.
Yeah, Coach, I want to follow up on something you said to my first question. You said you guys wouldn't have won this game a month ago. What's been the biggest difference in this last month? What made you say that?
I think confidence. I think believing that you can win those games. Our confidence was shaken a month ago. We didn't know where we were at. These guys were all over the map. Obviously when we had our situation with Devin and obviously trying to find an identity. We didn't have an identity. We had to kind of refocus right in the middle of the year, and that was late January. And I say that because I don't think we would have closed the game the right way. We would have found a way to lose the game. And now this bunch is finding ways to win games.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy your evening.